Hello friends, good evening. I'm Gaurav Gupta and I welcome all of you to the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. Now my dear friends, today I'll be showing you the roadmap which will take you to MHCET MBA entrance examination for this year 2022. And I'm sure that if you will follow like whatever route I tell you, if you'll follow it for the next 75 days, then you will definitely be sitting in one of the good colleges that you are dreaming for. All right. So friends, I am Gaurav Gupta, and in all like in this particular session, in all my upcoming sessions, whatever things I'll be telling you, I want all of you, or I request all of you to follow all these things and do whatever I'm telling you to do religiously, study properly, and I'm telling you, you will be achieving your dreams. So this session is roadmap to MHCET MBA 2022 examinations. And in this session, I'll be telling you what strategy you can use for the next 75 days or whatever time we are left with, because the tentative dates for MHCET examination as released on the official website are 24, 25, 26 June. These dates may change, but definitely we'll be planning all these things according to the dates that are mentioned on the website of MHCET examination. All right, so let's start this session and I'll see if I am already audible and visible to all of you. So Ravi Yadav, hello, how are you? And other students as well, good evening to all of you. Now please respond in the chat box if all of you can hear me, if all of you can see me. Come on. So Ravi Yadav is there up till this point. Hello Ravi. Other students, welcome to this session where I'll be telling you, where I'll be showing you the roadmap to MHCET 2022 examination. And like I mentioned just a few seconds ago, if you will follow the route that I'll show you today, then definitely you'll be sitting in one of the good B schools that you are dreaming for. Now, in this session, as well as the series of sessions that we will be conducting for all of you, we BYJU'S Exam Prep will be conducting for all of you, will definitely bringing you different sessions on quant, verbal, logical reasoning, and abstract reasoning, all the four sections which are tested in this examination. So yes, Aishwarya, yes, Aishwarya, I will be going to conduct sessions on MHCET examination. Uh, I must tell you that tomorrow I'll be taking a session where I'll be teaching you percentages and will be solving some of the questions which have appeared from previous year, like which have appeared in previous year papers. So tomorrow I'll be taking percentages, profit and loss, and simple interest, compound interest for the first few minutes tomorrow at 1 p.m. I'll be telling you the basics behind percentages and its applications, and then we'll be solving some questions together. And like this, I'll be bringing a lot of sessions for all of you. In the next week, I have a session on ratios, mixtures and allegations, then followed by time, speed, distance, and so on and so forth. All right. Okay, Mayank, hello. Nitikesh, the wind sailor, Dharmi, Prachi, Sakshi, Mridula, and Prachi. Yes, I can see all your messages. All right. So friends, let's start this session. And first of all, let's define the agenda of this session. So to start with, like in the first 10 to 15 minutes, I'll be throwing some light on notification and the schedule of this examination, the syllabus that will be there as per the official website, the pattern of this examination again as per the official website of MHCET examination, then the top colleges which participates. So I cannot give you the list of all the colleges, but you can find that list over the net. But I'll be talking about top colleges briefly, and as well as the target scores and the target percentiles for these top colleges. After that, we'll be doing a small analysis of MHCET 2021 examination. Yes, I took this examination myself in the last year, and I was on the YouTube as well with a live analysis of one of the one of the I can say slots of MHCT examination. So yes, we'll be taking this analysis briefly today as to what type of questions appeared in different sections of this examination. After that, I'll be telling you some of the areas that you can focus. Now, since we are having good time in our hand, definitely I'll be mentioning all the areas where you need to focus, because we want to sit, all of us want to sit in JBIMS, the best college that participates in MHCT examination. Now, after that, I'll give you the 75-day plan. Basically, I'll be telling you what all things you should plan in the upcoming days up till the examination. All right. Thank you, Aishwarya. Maharshi, as far as like CT examination is concerned, 10th and 12th score will not matter, but definitely there are some colleges which will consider your background as far as your academic background or co-curricular, extracurricular activities are concerned. Yes, there will be some colleges that will be giving you some weightage over all these things. All right. So friends, let's start this session, and definitely towards the end of the session, I'll be keeping 5 to 10 minutes to resolve, to answer some of the queries that you have in your mind. All right. So first thing first, let's first of all focus on this session with the given agenda on your screen. All right. Okay. Now, first thing, talking about this particular examination, which is for the admission to the first year full-time postgraduate degree programs. Now, these programs are either MBA or MMS courses for the academic year 2022 and 23. So one important date that you can see on the official website is the date for the registration. So obviously the registration has already started the last month, but the last date for the registration has been extended. Earlier it was 7th of April. Now it has become 20th of April. So you still have one complete week to apply for this examination. So the students who haven't applied for this examination yet, please go ahead immediately after this session is over. Please do apply for this examination. Don't wait for the last date. All right. Now, next thing is the schedule for MHCT 2022, as still, like, this is the schedule I have copied from official website of MHCT. All right. And this is still as it was 1 month back. Okay. So they still say that the date of the examination is to be notified later, but on one of the pages I could see that I could see the schedule of all the entrance examination, and that particular page said that 24, 25 and 26 June are the tentative dates for the conduct of this examination. All right. Now, other things are pretty normal. The reporting time, entry in the examination hall, what you have to do in the examination hall, when the examination will start, when the examination will end. So all these things are pretty normal. So this is the schedule as per the official website of MHCT examination. All right. Now, moving further, if I'll talk about the syllabus for MHCT, which I'll be telling you in detail as well. So this is as per given by the official website. Okay. So the syllabus says logical and abstract reasoning, which has round about 100 questions in total. Now, the section of logical reasoning will have 75 questions and abstract reasoning will have 25 questions. I'll be displaying all these things on the next slide as well. Now, for logical and abstract reasoning, I hope you all must have started studying for this examination and you would understand what will be the syllabus. So like I said that I'll be telling you this particular syllabus in detail when I'll be telling you the different areas that you need to focus for each of these sections. Right now, quantitative aptitude will include the questions from mathematics up to 10th standard, as well as the questions from data interpretation, which will be consisting of tables, bar graphs, pie charts, and so on and so forth. The fourth section, verbal ability and reading comprehension. First two sections were these: logical reasoning and abstract reasoning. Second section was quant, and the third section is verbal ability and reading comprehension. All right. Now this will include basic questions on vocabulary, grammar, para jumbles, reading comprehension, and so on and so forth. Again, I'll be talking in detail about all these things, when I'll be doing the analysis of last year MHCET examination, and I'll be telling you some of the areas that you need to focus on. All right, now let's move ahead and look at the marking scheme and the pattern of this examination. So we all must already know that this examination will have 4 sections. Now, out of these 4 sections, the section of logical reasoning, which will consist of verbal as well as non-verbal reasoning, this will have 75 questions in total. 1 mark will be allocated for every correct, and a wonderful thing to know that there is no negative marking in this examination. So yes, 75 questions, 75 marks. All right. Next, abstract reasoning, 25 questions, again having 25 marks. So each of these questions carry a weightage of 1 mark, right? Now, quantitative aptitude, 50 questions and 50 marks, and verbal and reading comprehension, 50 questions and 50 marks. So total there will be 200 questions, and the total weightage of this examination will be 200. All right. Now this test will comprise obviously all multiple choice objective type questions, and each question will have a total of 5 options. Now out of these 5 options, you will have to select only one option which will be the correct one. All right. So out of these 5 options, only one option will be correct and the remaining 4 will be wrong. There is no negative marking in case you attempt any question wrongly. There is no negative marking. So the first thing that you should be doing in this examination on the D-Day, on the day when you will be taking this examination, so you will have to make sure that you will attempt all 200 questions that will come in front of you. All right. Duration of this examination is 2.5 hours or 150 minutes, which is more than enough. It is very easy to attempt all 200 questions in a matter of 150 minutes. I'm telling you, after a good amount of practice, after learning all the basics, after doing practice, and after taking mock test series, you will be able to attempt all these 200 questions in a matter of 150 minutes. Medium is English, and the mode of examination is obviously online. All right. So this is the marking scheme or the pattern of this examination. Now let's talk further and talk about the top colleges which participates. And in front of them, I have written approximately the average pay package that these colleges offer. So these are some top colleges that participates in this exam. So JBIMS, definitely this college will easily come in top 5 colleges of the country. All right. So JBIMS, which is in Mumbai, and the average pay package for this college is more than 20 lakhs per annum. Now, next good colleges are KJ Somaiya, Pomba, Velinkar, Simsri, Bharatiya Vidyapeeth, ISMR, DY Patil, SIES, NL Dalmia, and so on and so forth. So there is a big list. There is never ending list of colleges that participates in MHCET examination. These are some handful of colleges which I feel are among the top few colleges. All right. Okay. Now, we understand that these are the top colleges. Okay. Now, if I want to see myself in top 5 or top 6 colleges, or maybe top 10 colleges which participates in this examination, then what is the score that I should target? I should be targeting. So this is the question from all of you. This is the question from all of you. Aishwarya, KJ Somaiya does participate in MHCET. Yes, KJ Somaiya offers admissions to MHCET, and it offers admissions through some other examinations also. All right. So my question from all of you, what should be the target score out of 200 in MHCET examination? Come on. So Shaikh says he's targeting JBIMS. Definitely good Shaikh. Shaikh, we all will be targeting JBIMS college. Definitely. So can you all tell me what should be the target score in case I want to see myself in top 5 or top 10 colleges through MHCET examination? Come on, I'm waiting for your answer. All right, Shaikh says 150. Gorakh Kale, yes, probably you might be right. So like these are the list of colleges that participated the last year. Saurabh, Chetna is an average college. 150 plus, yes, 140 plus, all right, 160, 150 plus. So I can say that definitely it will depend upon the level of difficulty that we are going to see in this year. Okay, but as per my experience over the previous year, people have received a call from JBIMS at a score of 130. They have received a call at a score of 150 as well. All right, so every year this cutoff for the top colleges keeps on varying as per the difficulty level of this examination. But we can say that a score which is somewhere like above 140 or somewhere around 150 is the safest score that we can target right now. All right, so we must be targeting a score of at least 140 as far as our mock papers are concerned, and at the time of examination definitely will be performing as per our level. All right, so we'll be definitely performing as much better as possible in order to maximize our score, and that will take us to the college that we'll deserve. So 140 plus, I can say that should be the target score as far as the present scenario is concerned. All right, now talking about the target percentiles for these colleges. So for JBIMS, we need to target somewhere around 99.99 plus. For Pumba, 99 plus. Again, Wellinger, Simsri. So these are some colleges in which the cutoff for this examination falls above 99 percentile. All right. So you can target all these cutoffs. Yes. So sort of MMS cutoffs are always high, you are asking. Now, sort of you will observe that these colleges offers two types of programs. One is MMS and other one is PGDM. All right. Now, MMS program is affiliated to Mumbai University, and for some colleges, the fees is also different and the placements are also different. So that is why for MMS program, the cutoffs are always high because the return on your investment is on a higher side, right? Okay. Gorak, you are saying score doesn't matter, percentile does. Definitely, but higher the score will be, higher the percentile will be. So I can say that you must target higher score in the examination and you will be able to score a higher percentile. So percentile is directly proportional to the score. This is what I can tell you. All right. Okay, now moving further, now talking about the analysis, a brief analysis of MHCET MBA MMS examination which happened last year in 2021. So obviously we know that this examination happened for 3 days and in different slots. So I'm just giving you a brief idea, a brief overview about the different types of questions in the different sections that we get in this examination. So first of all, starting with verbal ability and RC, reading comprehension section. So approximately there were 50 questions. Since all these questions that appeared last year were in jumble sequence, the questions were not given section wise. Okay, they were not segregated into sections. So this was the view of different students that we got, as well as the mentors that like who went on to take this examination. So this is the approximate number of questions that I am giving you. So there were a total of approximately 50 questions in this section, out of which there were around 15 questions on vocabulary. Now questions on vocabulary range from talking about antonyms and synonyms. Some questions were of fill in the blank nature as well. Now there were 6 to 8 questions from grammar, 2 parajumbles approximately, and there were 15 to 17 questions on reading comprehension, and there were 5 to 7 questions which were in the category of miscellaneous. So this is how we can say that the type of questions were there in verbal ability and reading comprehension section. All right, now moving further, talking about quantitative aptitude, as usual arithmetic was the area from which majority of the questions were asked. Now, if I talk about arithmetic, then the areas from or the topics from like starting from percentages, profit and loss, simple interest, compound interest, then ratios and its applications in averages, mixtures and allegations, time and work, and time, speed, distance. So these 4 areas were there from which majority of the questions were asked in quant section. So I can say that in every slot there were around 20 to 25 questions that appeared from arithmetic. So arithmetic becomes one of the most important areas as far as this exam is concerned, right? Now, after that, there were questions like 3-4 questions each from geometry, modern maths. Modern maths consists of permutation, combination, and probability, number systems, algebra, and data interpretation. All right. So, making the total number of questions approximately 50 in this section as well. Right. So, this was VARC, 50 questions approximately, quant 50 questions approximately. Now, talking about the reasoning part, so I can say that from reasoning, there were a total of 100 questions divided in two sections. So one section was logical reasoning, in which you will find questions from non-verbal reasoning as well as verbal reasoning. So if I talk about non-verbal reasoning only, so there were sets on arrangements. So roundabout there were 4 or 5 sets having 4 to 5 questions each. There were questions on family tree, approximately 5 questions. Questions on scheduling, so that was one complete set of questions on scheduling having 5 questions. There were caselets, so there was one caselet on time and work, on the concept of time and work, and having 5 questions. And then there were standalone questions on directions, blood relations, number and letter series, coding, decoding, and puzzles. So this number ranges like somewhere around 15 questions. So approximately there were 55 questions on non-verbal reasoning in logical reasoning section. Now the other composition of this particular section was verbal reasoning. Okay, so round about 15 to 20 questions were there from verbal reasoning. Okay, and Ankit, no, there was no sectional cutoff, I can say. Now from verbal reasoning, I can say that there were equal number of questions from cause and effect, assertion reasoning, strengthening the argument and weakening the argument from these areas, as well as analogies. Now there were 8 to 9 questions from syllogisms. So I can say that syllogisms, not a very difficult topic. And like if you spend 5-6 hours on the questions of syllogisms, then you will be able to definitely get 100% marks as far as syllogs is concerned. All right, so that was logical reasoning section, where approximately 55 questions were there from non-verbal and around 15 to 20 questions were there from verbal reasoning. All right, now let's move on to the last section, which was abstract reasoning, having 25 questions. Now these questions of abstract reasoning, these are figure-based questions where you will be given 4 to 5 series and you will have to find the wrong series or the odd one out, or you will have to complete the series. All right. So out of these 25 questions, there were some questions on series completions. There were some questions on analogies, odd man out, and paper folding. Now generally, we could not see the questions from paper folding, so which came the last year. So if I remember, in the last few years, 3 to 4 years, I did not see any question on paper folding, but these questions appeared in last year examination. All right, so this is a brief analysis of what we saw last year in this examination of MHCET. Okay, yes, Omkar, input output के questions आते हैं. I have these questions in my list. Okay, now input output, as far as this particular area is concerned, this is one important area for MHCET examination. So let's talk about some of the areas to be focused in quantitative aptitude first. So arithmetic, obviously, which has majority of the questions coming in this area, in this examination, then followed by algebra, number system, data interpretation, geometry, and modern maths. So these areas, these 5 areas after arithmetic, I can say that they are equally important, and you cannot afford to like miss any of these areas. You cannot afford to skip any of these areas, because definitely there will be 4 to 5 questions from each of these areas in your examination. If you are targeting 150 plus, 140 plus, then definitely you cannot afford to leave any of these things. All right, now Karthik is asking, sir, will BYJU'S YouTube sessions on CET would teach tricks to solve faster? Definitely, Karthik, we will be teaching you some tips to solve all these questions in a faster manner. I'm starting a series of sessions starting from tomorrow. So tomorrow I am conducting a session on percentages and its applications in profit and loss and simple interest compound interest at 1 p.m. on YouTube channel. All right. So please do subscribe our channel in case you want to attend this session and you want to keep receiving the notifications for these sessions. All right. Now friends, moving forward, talking about reasoning. So one of the students was talking about input output. Yes, I have kept this particular thing in my list. Okay. So on the left hand side, you will see the areas from non-verbal reasoning, and on the right hand side, you will see areas from verbal reasoning. All right. So arrangements and groupings, blood relations, number series, directions, input output, Venn diagrams, coding decoding, puzzles, ranking, analogies, and definitely visual reasoning, which has a separate section having 25 questions. Okay. Now on the right hand side, if I talk about verbal reasoning, so definitely questions on logical consistencies, analogies, statements and arguments, weakening the argument, strengthening the argument, cause and effect, and syllogisms. So these are different areas on which you need to focus as far as reasoning section is concerned. Now, finally, the VARC section, definitely reading comprehension, which is the backbone of this section, comprising of minimum 15 questions. All right. Then different areas like sentence correction, finding error in a sentence, vocabulary, fill in the blanks can be vocabulary type questions or they can be grammatical questions. Don't forget to do idioms and phrases, foreign language words, as well as parajumbles. So these are areas I need to focus on VARC section. All right. Okay. Now moving further, now let's talk about the most important thing that we all are looking for. Now, what should be our plan for the next 75 days or whatever, approximately if the examination will be on 24th, 25th, 26th June, then I can say that we have around about 72, 73 days for this examination. All right. So I'll tell you the plan for the next 75 days. The plan will be very simple. You need to follow this plan. You need to give yourself some deadlines as far as the completion of logics, completion of topics is concerned, and then only you will be able to get the score that you are dreaming for. Otherwise, this score of 140 or 150 will remain as a dream. Okay, so please listen to whatever I am telling you properly and do follow that. Okay, don't listen to me, just keep following yourself. Always achieve the targets that you will make for yourself and keep moving forward. All right. Now, the first basic thing in this 75-day plan is covering up all the basics. So if I'll talk about the timeline, today is 12th of April. So you can focus, you can finish all these basics in the next 1 month, starting from 12th April today up till 12th of May. So start giving yourself these deadlines. Okay. Now, how you will be able to manage all these things, right? Now, take a piece of paper and just jot down all the areas, all the topics, all the chapters that you need to prepare for. So if I'll talk about quant, I'll write all the topics for quant starting from arithmetic. So in arithmetic, I'll write the different areas: percentages, profit and loss, simple interest, compound interest. Then I'll write other topics of arithmetic. Then I'll move on to algebra, linear equations, quadratic equations. Then you can go to modern maths, number system, as well as geometry. Write all these topics in a line. Similarly, do the same thing for VARC as well as for logical reasoning and abstract reasoning. Okay. Now, if I talk about topics, you will find these topics categorized only in quant and logical reasoning. So these have topics. Now, verbal will be followed parallelly with quant as well as reasoning. Okay. Now, once you have written all these topics, now start writing the dates against each and every topic. So I believe that every topic will not take more than 1 complete day to finish. All right. You have less than 25 topics in quant. You have less than 15 topics in reasoning. Okay. So I believe that if you will take an average of 1 entire day to finish 1 topic of quant plus 1 topic of reasoning, then you will be able to achieve this deadline of 1 month. You can extend this deadline by 3 or 4 days. So maximum by 15th of May, you should be finished with all the basics as far as quant and reasoning is concerned. All right. Now, parallelly with quant and reasoning, you will have to devote 2 hours on daily basis towards verbal ability. All right. Now, verbal ability, definitely we have 50 questions. So keep practicing the questions of verbal ability. So what you can do is every alternate day, you can practice reading comprehension. All right. So let's say today you have done reading comprehension. Next day after tomorrow, you'll be picking up reading comprehension. And in these 1.5 or 2 hours, whatever time you are devoting for VARC, solve at least 5 to 6 RC passages. All right. Now in the remaining days, you can focus on grammar on one day, then vocabulary on the next day, and then sentence completion, error finding, idioms and phrases. So alternately, you can devote some time on these areas. Okay. And towards the end, for 3 or 4 days, you can practice the questions of analytical reasoning. So this is how you must make a plan. So I've just given you a rough idea how you can make a plan for yourself, but you will have to do it by yourself. And the most important thing, you will have to stick to this plan and follow it religiously. Okay, so give yourself 1 month or maybe around 35 days, and must follow all these things, must practice all these things, and finish up with all the basics up till 15th of May. All right. Now, what after 15th of May? So let's say starting from 13th May up till the month end, 31st May, you will have to do a proper revision and practice some higher level questions of all the areas that you have covered up till now. Okay. Now, why? Otherwise, like if you not do the revision, you will forget all these things. You will observe that the topic that you have started with, you will start forgetting the concepts of the same topic after 10 to 15 days. Okay. So when you are doing the basics, so after 10 days, just take out one day. After 10 days, take out one day in which you are revising some of the previous areas that you have covered. All right. That will definitely help you. Incorporate all these things. Write all these things on the piece of paper. Otherwise, bhul jaoge tum log, and you will not be able to basically follow whatever you have decided for yourself. Okay. So whatever you are deciding, write it on a piece of paper. Otherwise, you are never going to follow any kind of plan. Right. So in the month of May, revision as well as practice of some higher level questions. Now, if you will not do the revision, definitely you will forget everything. If you will not practice, then you will not be able to increase your level. So the month of May up till 31st May is dedicated to revision as well as practice. Now the month of June, assuming that our examination will be on 24th, 25th, 26th June. So in the month of June, 1st June onwards, enter into a mock test series. Now how I should be planning mock test series for myself? So starting from 1st June, you can plan a mock every third day. Don't take mock every day. Don't take mock every alternate day initially. Start taking mock every third day. So let's say if you have taken a mock on 1st of June, then give a gap of 3 days and plan the next mock on 4th, then 7th, then 10th and 13th. All right, fine. Now with every mock, it is important to do the analysis of this mock. So the first step is testing. You are taking a test, but a test is incomplete without analysis. So you will have to do the analysis of this paper as soon as you are done with the examination. So let's say today I have taken a test, a mock test. As soon as the mock paper is finished, immediately after that, I'll be analyzing each and every section that I have attempted, each and every question that I have seen. Okay. So analysis, there is a very simple way of doing analysis. So first of all, let's say I'm talking about quant section. So first of all, look at all the questions which you have attempted wrongly. Galat kiye hai humne. Try to find out the reason why you have attempted them wrongly. क्या मैंने conceptual mistake किया है, क्या मैंने calculation mistake किया है? So identify the mistake. Okay, so identify, like there may be some cases in which you have made a silly error. Answer correct निकाल लिया, गलत option को mark कर दिया. Okay, so this is also a big mistake, a big sin. सब कुछ सही किया, गलत आंसर mark कर दिया. Though we are not attracting any negative marking, but we are losing points, right? So we cannot afford to do that. So Analysis may first of all look at the questions which you have attempted wrongly and try to understand the reason behind that. If I have made a conceptual error, then I need to again revise that particular concept. Okay, so in the beginning, like in the first 3 or 4 mocks, you will definitely find a lot of areas in which you are making a mistake again and again. Okay, so this is where we are identifying our weak areas and we are working on them so that these areas will become stronger as we move ahead in the test series. All right, so first thing, wrong questions, done. Second thing, the questions which you have not attempted. अब attempt तो सारे क्वेश्चन करने हैं, तो that means at the end जिसमें आपने flukes मारे हैं, so these questions were actually not attempted. ठीक है ना, आपने खुद से attempt नहीं किया, आपने सिर्फ fluke मारे हैं. So find out the reason why you have not attempted these questions. Were these questions difficult? If yes, then find out the area from which they are and try to read that topic once again. Because of lack of time, I have left this question, so try to increase your speed. Okay, so try to identify those questions which you have attempted and in which you have wasted a lot of time. Okay, I'm coming to those type of questions as well, right? So the second type of questions which you have left unattempted, reason it out why you have left these questions unattempted. Finally, it is also important to look at this third category of students, third category of questions which you have attempted correctly. Now, don't be happy after looking at these questions. There will be plenty of questions which should have been done in 1 minute and you have taken more than 2 or 3 minutes or maybe 4 minutes to attempt these questions. Okay, so identify all these questions. Fine, you have attempted them correctly, but is there any other way? Is there any alternate way to attempt that question so that you can reduce the time that you have taken to attempt these questions? All right, so time management is the biggest factor. Like I mentioned earlier in this session, that managing 200 questions in a matter of 150 minutes is not a difficult task. There are a lot of students who actually attempt all 200 questions in 150 minutes, right? I'm not counting the flukes. I'm talking about the actual attempts, the real attempts. If not 200, but they can take the number of attempts to more than 180, 190. Yes, my students, like I had lots of students the last year who have attempted 180, 190 questions logically, and yes, they have scored more than 140 marks. Okay, so this is the second step of the testing, which is analysis. You have to plan your analysis. And why I have kept 3 days in between the initial mocks, because you need to take some time out to improve on your mistakes, right? So whatever things you have identified at the time of analysis, now you need to work on all those things and you need to improve yourself and set a new target score for the next mock examination that you will be taking. All right, so testing, analysis and improvement, these are the 3 steps that you'll have to start from 1st of June onwards till you have your examination. All right, so this is one area, this is one schedule. If you will follow religiously, I'm telling you, the first month, the next 1 month, the next 30 days are very crucial. Okay, they can make or break your examination. So if you are actually serious and if you actually want to score 140 marks, like at the beginning of the session, I asked a lot of you that how many of you, like, what do you think that the score is required to target top colleges? Most of you have mentioned 140 plus, 150 plus. And if this score is actually what you want to attain, then you will have to follow this 75-day plan in the next 75 days. And believe me, you'll be actually sitting in one wonderful college from MHCET examination. All right. So friends, that is all from my side. Now, towards the end of the session, I'll once again remind all of you that starting from tomorrow, I myself will be conducting some sessions on quantitative aptitude. So tomorrow at 1 p.m. you can catch me live here on YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. And tomorrow I'll be discussing some concepts of percentages, profit and loss, and simple interest, compound interest, followed by some of the wonderful questions that you may see in your examination. All right. So we'll see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. If you have any kind of question, you can post it in the chat box. I'll be very happy to answer all these queries. In case any one of you is planning to take CAT 2022, you can join comprehensive program offered by us, and all the details are mentioned on the screen, and at the bottom of the screen there is a number on which you can call to basically gather some other details for this examination. Shaikh, I'll be happy to see you in my session. I'll be happy to see all of you in those sessions. Now, if you guys liked my session, like whatever I have told you today, if you are motivated, please do press like button and please motivate me as well. In case you have any other query after the session, you can leave that query in the chat box in the comment section. You can share the session as well as subscribe our YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep and press the bell icon so that you will keep getting all the notifications of the upcoming sessions. Now, my upcoming sessions will be definitely tomorrow, percentages and its applications. Next week, I'll be taking a session on ratios and its applications in mixtures allegations. And then after that, there is a planned session on time, speed, distance as well. Now, Omkar, calendar ka like last year definitely question आया था. Calendar and clocks के भी question आए थे. So yes, we have seen questions on clocks and calendars as well. Sir, in mocks, one section is always left. Now, Ajay, probably, you are talking about your present scenario. But the plan that I have given you, definitely you keep on improving regularly, gradually. And if you will do enough amount of practice, then gradually you will realize that your speed is increased. You have more time management skills, and once you will enter the test series, definitely you will be able to attempt more number of questions and you will not be leaving the entire section. All right. Arpan, there are plenty of reference books for logical reasoning. You can pick any of them. Like there are lots of books in the market right now. Like on this platform, I would not like to take the name of these books, but you can follow the study material of any of the institutes. We also provide study material for all these things, and like all the material, every material is absolutely same. It's the amount of efforts that you will put in on these things and like it's not the books really, it's actually your efforts that will be counted, right? Aishwarya, yes, most of the days we will be having a session. I'll not be taking all these sessions, okay, fine, but definitely one of our mentors will be taking a session almost every day on YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. All right, so friends, you can follow us on Instagram, you can subscribe and press the bell icon on YouTube. Please do like us on Facebook, join our Telegram channel where you can get a chance to interact with faculty members, the mentors who can resolve all your queries. You can download our app from Google Play, and please do like this session. In case you liked whatever I've told you, please do like this session. Ajay, definitely I'll be conducting a session on data interpretation as well. Thank you very much. Thank you, Arpan. Thank you, Aishwarya. And I want all of you to be there in 1 p.m. session tomorrow, live on BYJU'S Exam Prep YouTube channel, where I'll be discussing some tricks and techniques for percentages, profit and loss, and simple interest, compound interest, and we'll be solving some questions. Thank you very much. All the best. Have a nice day.